back together. Yes.
And it is like a month and a half.
It's a certain. That's
Look,
good for our standards.
a lot has happened in that.
It has been emotional. It has been a roller coaster. So beer is being opened.
Because why wouldn't it? Indeed.
And
cheers. And it happens to be this motherfucker's birthday.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Harry.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
He's guess how old he is in the comments. No one say anything.
This is going to be horrible.
Guess how old.
It's going to be a horrible experience.
I know.
You never know. They might be nice.
This is your present.
Also, you may notice I've decided to remove the hair.
Oh yeah. Last time Harry shaved his beard off. Now he's shaved his head off, and now he's got a beard again. So there we go.
He looks like Elder Maxim.
Continuity, everybody.
Continuity.
Oh, that's it. What the fuck are we going to be talking about today?
Well, I had the idea for doing the 2 parts of pitching Doctor Who, but it's up to you guys whether you want to do that or not.
Go on then. We might as well.
Okay.
Fire away.
Okay, so
Pitching Doctor Who.
right,
Episode 6.
Is it episode 6?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right.
And if it isn't, then I'll just edit that out.
So, to preface this before we start, if you
generally what happens when
if you haven't watched them, watch the last 2 episodes, which is the Sontaran Tactics and the Shaman's Prisoner.
Shaman's Prisoner. I'll put a little thing there somewhere.
Watch those.
It'll appear.
It'll just be like there. Yeah, we go. Somewhere on that screen.
Yeah, because those 2 episodes lead directly into this, because they're the build-up. Because if this was a series,
Which it is.
Yeah. Sontaran Tactics would be maybe episode 1 or 2.
Yeah.
The Shaman's Prisoner would be episode like 7 or 8, mid-season stuff.
Okay.
And this would be the finale. Now, this might be a 3-part finale. We'll see how this goes when we're talking it through. Okay?
Ooh, exciting.
We're talking new series, 45-minute run.
Right. Okay, so for Harry, because he doesn't know, these are the rules. We have to use the current Doctor and their companions as they are. Yeah, I can see your face.
To make it a challenge.
Cool. Yeah. No. Keep going.
Challenge. If you can make it any Doctor of any companions, you could just do whatever you want. And
Yeah. True. And it would just wouldn't be a challenge.
Yeah. TARDIS reappears in Sheffield, right? Look, don't shrug.
Sorry, come on, I'm
Right.
going to give it.
So just
give it a go.
Just to add a little bit of context, in the previous episodes that we did this on, I was quite sort of reserved in my criticism of your ideas, whereas he is just going to go.
No.
This one hates everything.
He mentioned Sheffield and the new series. Well, no, this is all.
This is really. I should be sitting in the middle to mediate between them.
No. Harry needs to be right here in the middle.
It's his birthday boy.
That way I can just stroke and confuse him. Anyway.
I was never confused.
Right, so TARDIS appears in Sheffield.
Modern day.
Right. Grace's house, because we've got that set already built.
Who's that?
Like we don't have enough of those episodes.
I'm assuming her name is Grace. I can't remember. I think it was Grace.
The one who died.
The lady who died.
Yeah.
Graham's wife who died.
Right.
Oh,
the
the
frog.
Thingy Bob's name.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan's
I'm
name.
pretty sure
Ryan's
her name
name.
was Grace, but I don't care enough to remember.
Actually, I think she would
Comment
have made
section.
a better assistant than the rest of them, but frankly, that's just another.
Probably would have made a better
Anyway.
doctor from Jodie as well. To be fair.
Anyway.
True.
They'll get out. We're gonna have some little chill conversation, but like, oh look, we're back home, and oh look, let's all have a cup of tea. Woo!
Because we're British.
Yes.
It's a Yorkshire tea.
Oh yes, it's gonna have. It will have the Sean Bean Yorkshire tea advert playing on the background. It's like,
Bastards.
oh bastards, buy us Yorkshire tea. So that's a really bad Sean Bean impression. I'm really sorry. Bastard. Anyway.
Bruise it, bring a tear to the eye. Yeah.
So what will happen is, it will then basically there'll be a ring on the doorbell. The Doctor will go to the door, and it'll cut to white.
Not to black. Very politically correct.
Because Batman.
I'm gonna cut that somewhere.
Batman fades to white.
You see what I'm doing
that's true.
here, right? This one and this one. I was okay with this one because he was at least listening. This one, Jesus Christ.
I am listening.
Welcome to the party, pal.
It's just as soon as you suggested Sheffield, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, you completely checked out to begin with.
Anyway. In the UK, alright?
Well, yeah.
We're not going to be staying in Sheffield for very long. Don't worry.
Go. Keep going.
Right. So, after it fades back in, it's only going to be like a fade to white for very quickly. You're going to have the companions on the floor, Graham, Ryan and Yaz.
So they went to Sheffield, get knocked out.
Yes.
In a flash of light.
Answered the doorbell. Okay.
After the doorbell is answered.
Okay.
Doctor's missing.
You didn't explain that bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe someone was interrupting.
He's the voice of the comment section.
So they go to Sheffield. They go to Sheffield. They see Grace. Is this before she died?
No, they're just in Grace's house. Listen to the words I say.
So they're in Grace's house.
Right. Okay.
And they hear a knock at the door.
Technically, it's Graham's house. I said there was a doorbell.
So this is before the end of the woman who fell to earth, then?
Yes. This is new. This is at the end of series whatever the Smeg.
So it's series 11,
12,
episode 1, part B.
The 3 that they're going to do now.
Again, right? Seriously.
So there's a doorbell rings.
This is still the first 2 minutes of the episode, and we're not even.
I'm still not understanding why they have to be in Sheffield. But okay.
Because it's where they fucking live. Okay.
Okay.
This is where it's established that the companions live. They're going back home for a moment. Don't you give me those eyes, Sean, because I swear to God, I will smack you upside the head.
I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at the audience.
I will smack you upside the head. I don't care that Harry's here. He can watch us. He needs to see how I treat you. Anyway.
Quite well, actually.
So, if it it doesn't fade to black, it fades to white.
Fine, it can fade to black. I don't give a shit. It's just a colour change.
Racist.
Bigot.
Anyway, companions wake up, Doctor's missing.
Oh, the Doctor's missing?
Yes.
That's the best I've heard. Yeah. So Jodie's not going to be there. Brilliant.
This is going to be a Jodie-like episode for the first half.
Oh, of your two-parter that you've written.
Yes. And this is
you're proposing.
This is when the credits kick in. This is how far we've got!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of part 1.
This is...
The credits roll. Fade from white. What's happening there? Describe the scene. Go on.
So, the companions are trying to work out what's happened.
So we're now left with Yaz, Ryan, and Bradley Walsh. I can never fucking remember.
Graham.
That one.
The one that matters.
The one that everyone actually cares about. How a 40-year-old white man can actually write the one character that he actually relates to.
To preface this, I came up with this idea before they announced that Ryan and Graham were probably going to lead the show, or Bradley Walsh or whatever.
Doesn't matter. It's not part of that series anyway. This is a part of this fictitious universe that we've decided to make better.
The Nerdaholics Who.
The Nerdaholics universe. Anyway.
Doctor Who.
That's right, I've got my hand right here. So.
I don't know.
Carry on.
My wayward son. Sorry. Go on.
Right.
Go. Just keep rolling with it. Keep firing them.
Right. Rolling.
Now, I have not planned exactly how they're going to work it out, because this is like
how 12's going to work it out. You're planning how you're going to work it out.
You're the dream weaver, Jack.
Dream weaver.
Stop it. Come on. Describe your story to me. I want to be encapsulated by Jodie Whittaker's Doctor.
So, they're basically, through Yaz's police connections and the fact...
she has connections?
Damn it.
No, come on, go on.
I'm trying.
So, through Yaz's police connections.
They basically get some CCTV footage and they can see the people's faces. And it's basically two Men in Black looking.
Well, hang on a minute. So Graham's got CCTV outside his house.
No.
From the police connections that Yaz has.
She's got...
No. But you're talking about the CCTV...
There's CCTV cameras all over the UK in all loads of places. Look,
pointed at people's houses.
I'm fudging this a little bit, okay?
No, that's fine.
I'm fudging this a little bit.
I can live with a bit of...
hang on a minute. Two Men in Black people.
Two Men in Black looking motherfuckers.
I think you've already pitched this, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I started pitching this, but we didn't.
Oh, you started it?
Yeah,
that's it. Well, we didn't. I
wasn't part of that.
And now Harry's here, so we've got some more input on this.
So you basically.
I wonder how that's gonna go.
You've got some shady individuals who watch every person's house in the country.
Well, no.
Well, actually, this was before they did that in Spyfall, wasn't it? Yeah.
No. This is Spyfall.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Spyfall kind of ruined some of my stuff.
But it was funny.
That!
Yeah.
I was thinking like fucking the actual James Bond movie. You're talking about the first 2 episodes of Doctor Who from season 12.
Oh, shitful, yeah.
Realise this now.
Anyway, it was only this one little moment, because the idea was going to be these guys just disappear, because it's like fucking Men in Black with their little memory flashing thing.
Disappeared.
Doctor's disappeared with these 2 people.
Alright. I'm getting behind this idea.
Okay.
I know.
Anytime she disappears.
Remove Jodie Whittaker, I'm alright with this.
I know you are. It's funny how that works.
Does Graham really take centre stage in this story?
A little bit, but we're getting to that.
Brilliant. Go.
Right,
Keep going.
So, basically, for a little bit of jiggery pokery, they're gonna basically
Bit of convoluted storyline.
Yaz is gonna get the footage of who they are. Ryan's gonna use some internet modern day know-how to work out
Call
who
of
they
Duty
are.
stuff. Yeah.
Call of Duty stuff. We're fudging this a bit, okay?
And Graham's going to say some witty line like he does.
Graham's going to say some stupid little one-liners because
I'll get my bus connections.
No, we're not using that.
Why am I in this
We have
fucking
a
show? I mean, what breaking forth?
Boom.
I have a better plan for Graham, but that's coming in a minute.
Oh.
Anyway, right. And they're going to
So
work.
it's not part of the. Sorry, go on. I'm just fucking with you now.
Okay. Basically, CCTV footage. They get license plates from the car, and they're French license plates.
Oh.
Okay.
And they're going to know that because Graham is going to have noticed it because he's a bus bloke.
And he speaks French.
He doesn't need to speak French. He just needs to see the FR on the fucking license plates.
Fine.
Anyway.
Basically, anyone could do it.
Anyone can do it. But we're going to give it to Graham because he's a bus driver.
Because he needs something to do.
He needs something to do. Okay. Right. So, here's what they're going to do. They're going to go to France.
Haven't you broken your rules by getting rid of Jodie out of this story?
Not yet, because she's still going to appear in the story.
Okay. Sorry, I'm.
And that's the end of part 2.
Right. So.
Thank fuck for this. Carry on.
Fucking hell. Right. So they go to France because they.
Hang on a minute. We're going to have the Batman Dark Knight Rises going on. How the hell did they get from Sheffield to France with
Eurotunnel.
Oh.
You can have a little.
Eurostar.
Eurostar.
Right.
You don't need it to be overly graphic. You can just have
So are they going to use the equivalent of the French DVLA to know where this car came from, or what how?
Basically, yeah, because it's public knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm glad these shady people are doing really well to hide their tracks.
They're not super discreet. They're discreet enough to try and run away with it, but they're not they didn't realise there's going to be a camera there or something. But
so are they luring, the assistants into a trap?
No.
They're not under duress at this point either.
No.
Right, okay.
They're all under their own steam, and basically they are led to this building in France. And it's going to be a big ass. It's going to be not quite a skyscraper.
Is it a hospital? By any chance?
Yeah, because you've heard half of this already.
No, I'm just making an educated guess.
Yeah.
Is rain going to start reversing and going up in the air and be on the moon?
No, we're not going to be stupid.
Right.
No, the moon isn't going to turn into an egg, because that should be ridiculous.
Good. Well, not cyber fucking pollen, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I've deleted a lot of this from my memory, alright?
It's it looks like a fairly nondescript building. It is a hospital, because Sean knows what's going to happen in the next few minutes.
So, it's a big blocky building. Is it 50s architecture?
I could be with that if you like. It's a French
50s
building.
Gothic French hospital.
French hospital building.
We'll make it look classy. It's a classy French building.
Sacre bleu.
Is there such a thing?
First of all, Arc de Triomphe. F-U. Anyway.
Marble Arch.
Marble Arch.
They basically get there and they have Graham pretend he's ill in a wheelchair because he's old. They're using Graham to sneak into the hospital.
So is it like a private hospital? Or
That's what it looks like.
Okay.
They're blagging their way in.
I'm trying to get my
blagging their way
in the zone.
They're blagging their way in. Anyway. So we're about 20 minutes in now at this point, give or take a little bit.
We do realise Ryan's the worst blagger in the fucking world.
That's why Yaz is there.
Because she's a policewoman.
Because she's a policewoman,
right,
and then we all know that the police can be completely trusted in everything.
Especially her.
Especially in this modern day and age.
Because she's so good at her
Policey. Yeah.
Yeah, but
we're trying to make it more policey because that's the whole point of these things.
This is called fiction for a reason, okay? So just go with it.
Alright, cool.
So,
keep going.
Right.
Bam, bam, bam. Go.
Right.
Don't worry, you can have your revenge on me when I pitch my story.
Oh, don't worry. There's a little cliff thing at the end that we're going to talk about for this because Harry pitched an idea for us that we're going to do for the next Doctor Who pitch meeting. But that's just the whole thing.
If you want to.
They're basically going around the hospital trying to basically find the Doctor because that's where they reckon she is. It is. He is.
So they've seen some CCTV evidence. Yeah.
That links this car to this building.
To this building.
And so they're looking around for clues.
Assuming that the doctor's there.
It's the best thing they've got. Awesome,
you're such a good writer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you seen anything from season 11 that beats this?
No, not really.
Well then. So.
He's paid money. He's paid money for this shit.
Yeah, anyway. I'm giving it away for free.
So. Anyway, come on, Chibnall, get on with it.
Oh. Chibbers. He is the one who looks the most like Chibbers.
There's nothing you've ever said to me that's hurt me more than that.
It's tough love, man. It's just tough love, you know.
I just can't do it anymore.
I do it out of the feels, man.
Yeah. Do it for our loving fans.
Yeah, exactly.
What, all 187 of them?
We used to say, all 30 of them.
All one of them that I've introduced.
Yeah.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Hello, Harry's fan. We love you. All one of you.
Who you are.
So in the hospital.
They're in this hospital. After a bit of looking around, quick little montage, because again, we're like 25.
Montage!
Gonna need a montage. So, and they're going to find the doctor strapped up to a shitload. Look, mate.
I didn't even interrupt you that time. I stayed quiet. I was hanging on.
I was just carrying on my train of derailing you. He sort of like usurped that role, so I had to sort of get it in.
Boom!
Third time now.
So
what the hell?
She's hooked up to what?
Basically.
Jesus Christ.
You bastard.
You just went basically in my fucking ear.
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
Listen to me.
She's hooked up to what?
She's strapped down onto a hospital bed. Not in a cool way.
Damn it, I wouldn't want her in a cool way anyway.
Yes, you would. No. Anyway. She's hooked up
basically. I'd rather have Yaz.
Yeah. For a wooden plank, she'd get it.
Frankly, I'd have Ryan, to be honest. She's hooked up to what?
She's basically hooked up to...
I don't know why I'm doing this. This is going to be fun to edit.
Hooked up to what?
I'm not
basically hooked up to what looks like a big pumping machine. They're pumping up her blood.
Don't do yourself any fucking favours.
There's a reason why I slowed this one down.
It's being pumped.
Basically, pumping out her blood.
She's pumping them.
Yeah.
For information.
Because, if you remember from Sontaran Tactics, the end bit...
Cheap plug.
Never really bothered watching it.
Bastard. The idea was, in the previous episode, that this bloke, Philippe Lasson, basically is about to die.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's all linked, by the way.
It's all linked. And the doctor basically, because she's the only one around, or he's the only one around, but it's the only one around, or whatever, basically gives him like a pint of blood.
Yeah.
And he basically lives. And as a little stinger at the very end of the episode is you see a bit of regeneration energy come out of the wound. Not like
Philippe Lasson.
Yeah. And he's healed. That's how he's healed that quickly. It's not like he's...
I'm so glad you're using the timeless child stuff.
Shut up.
So well.
Shut up. You douche canoe. Anyway, the point is, we're then going to meet elderly Philippe Lasson. He's here in France. He's the one who kidnapped the doctor.
And he's nearly 200 years old.
Because he's...
For more blood.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he's dying of old age. He's freaking out and scared of dying. And he doesn't want to die.
So he's going to siphon off the doctor's blood to carry on living.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the premise. That's what we're leading up to. It's not that big of a deal in terms of how it works, which is why we have the Doctor-like thing building up to this.
But where do the villains come in?
He is the villain for this episode. However, this is not exactly where we're going, and this is why it turns into a two-parter. Potentially a three-parter, depending how you write it, but I'm being lazy, so I'm going to turn it into a two-parter. Anyway.
And cram everything into 45 minutes?
No, because what's going to come next is the week of...
How typically New Who that is, isn't it? Yeah.
You know what?
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
You're going to get a nice heartfelt speech about this guy, because he doesn't want to die. Because of course he doesn't want to die. No one wants to die. Okay. And he's freaking out about it. And it's like, that's basically his whole premise and arc. and he needs the time more blood to live. And the doctor, they basically get the doctor out, and the doctor's like, you know what, I'm weak, woozy, and whatever, because she's had like 8-9 pints of blood taken
Sure,
from
she's going to do this at some point, yeah.
No, not in this episode.
How have you not managed to get her one character?
Because you don't need it.
One character.
We're actually trying
to improve this shit.
Sorry, yeah. So I'm so like on the whole how Doctor Who is these days that's just a part of it.
This is why you're sitting in the middle, so we can both rag on you, but it's not really worked out that way.
I'm ragging on the pair of you.
Yeah.
Going, look, you haven't written it to her strengths, which is this.
This is why it's called pitching Doctor.
This is Jodie Whittaker's strength, and I find it one of the most irritating fucking things in the
Sean,
series.
get in time, come on.
No, don't forget the scrunch face. Hey! I've just been there the whole time.
I know. So, basically, he's going to freak out. The doctor's going to be like, look, I'm going to leave you the blood you've taken because I'm not a complete arsehole, but by the same token, fuck you, I'm not doing this again.
Stop using me this way, because I'm a strong, independent woman.
Exactly.
Independent woman!
And this siphoning of blood is a bit problematic.
Well, no. We're going to end it like Pretty Woman. She's going to go back there with like 8 pints of blood in different bags and be like, you know, you work on commission, right? Fuck you, this isn't my blood, you ain't having none of this. Because Pretty Woman, yeah.
Is she going to be dressed in the same
as a
outfit
prostitute
from Pretty Woman?
Yes.
Julia Roberts.
The Julia Roberts. Well, then, to be fair, that's how they should have, like, you know, portrayed a female Doctor. You know, a little bit feminine.
What, as a hooker?
Well, yeah.
To recap very briefly, to the point we're at now, because these guys have derailed this so much. The premises of the episode is
I
that...
think I've been quite reserved.
Dude, you're lucky.
It's mostly my fault.
You have a beard, you're lumped into the category.
We've both done it.
It's called profiling.
He's got upset now.
Yeah, that's it. He's just going to tip the table over and
the rest of the camera's going to fly across the room.
That's it.
So basically, you've sold a story which nothing really fucking happens, which is basically series 11.
Do you know any worse than
No,
any worse?
You're doing well. This is where we get to the cliffhanger part.
Oh my god! Hang on, we've even got a story going.
No,
there's
this is where we're going to be. This is where we're
We've got to 10 minutes into an episode, Jack.
Seriously.
4. Okay.
4.
Let me recap.
And that's
what
the end
you've
of
just
part 4.
described. They started off in Sheffield.
And now they're in France.
They go into Graham's. Okay, boom. You've managed to cut straight through even my deep analysis of what he's just read to us. He's just
summarise this shit.
Okay. Before we go any further, like an hour ago. About an hour ago, I was saying to Sean in like his kitchen over there, like, I'm really quite proud of this. I think this is a good idea. And she was like, yeah, okay, let's see what happens when we talk about it. And it's like...
Deliberately, I made sure he didn't tell me any details about what he's about to say.
Neither of them knew anything.
This is my actual reaction to this.
And it's like...
So, the first...
I'm just deliberately
So you described the before credit scene, and it's like them landing, they're talking in Sheffield, in Graham's house, having a cup of tea, because that's what I do with my family. And then it fades to white. And then you got the title sequence, and then the Doctor's missing. They wake up, the Doctor's missing. So then they do this whole detective thing where Yaz is actually useful for a change.
Yeah.
Ryan uses some computer skills, which I'm not sure I've seen in any of the seasons.
To be fair, he hasn't.
Apart from my knowledge. Apart from one episode where he was playing Call of Duty.
I'm giving him something to do.
You're giving him something to do.
Yeah.
And then you're going to continue on the ridiculous Graham is amazing at everything because he's a bus driver.
He's not amazing at everything. He's pretending to be a sick old person because in the show he's portrayed as a sick old person. So it makes sense.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true.
Fair enough.
With no sympathy.
So they use some detective skills.
Rudimentary.
So we're talking maybe 10 minutes into the episode.
Yeah.
So we're talking a grand total of probably about 12 minutes.
A quarter of the story.
12 minutes is them finding Jodie in France.
Yeah.
Because of a number plate.
and the Eurostar.
And they use the Eurostar to get to this building.
Well, how else do they get there? I'm sorry. No. Fine. They're going to go on a P&O ferry. That's what How was he going to get there?
Plane?
Oh, who can operate the TARDIS other than the Doctor? And
Anyone in the new series, anyone can fucking use the TARDIS.
Has anyone so far from Jodie Whittaker's little bank of people been able to operate the TARDIS?
Look, they're all wonderful human beings, yeah?
They're all infallible.
They're all the family.
First of all, shut up, you racist. You absolute racist bastard.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't, but that's
that's the whole point of this video.
That's the whole logic they operate on, so
Cool.
it's fine.
No, it's fine. Okay, I get it. I'm just going to ignore your faux pas.
You're flawed.
My faux pas of the entire episode so far, in your opinion.
So they end up in France, and
In
then
France.
they find Jodie really easily.
Or they think they find her because she's in the hospital, but they haven't seen her.
Is this another you stealing storyline from him and knowing what's going to be said? It isn't.
No, I'm actually. I actually can't remember.
This is you trying to make.
Well, sort of.
See, Harry, this is how the pitching Doctor Who works, because I know you haven't watched any of them or care about any of them. But what happens, I shoot out ideas.
No,
this one tells me when they're wrong and how to make them better.
No, I just say that he's an extra part.
Here's a good Doctor.
That's always my criticism.
Is you have
He's an
some
extra part.
dodgy looking orderlies.
No, I get
You know, like a bit like the weird orderlies with the gas masks in the. The one I'm on about.
The shitty one, the paraphrase one that's
you have to have some weird or Doctor Who trope. Weird orderlies, and I'm the one who's kind of.
It's funny enough happens to be another Chibnall episode. Yeah.
The men. Okay, fine. You have the Men in Black looking motherfuckers guarding the room.
Yeah, but I thought
Doctor's
the Men in Black guys had already turned up.
Well, they kidnapped her, but then they can reappear later on, can't they? As dodgy looking orderlies.
I went no. But
again, this is why the pitching thing works, because this is how we get to it.
We're hashing out ideas. A bit like Lytton when he's dressed as a police officer, and then he's dressed as a police officer and attacked on a Cyberman for no real reason.
Because they like to do that in Doctor Who, because just go with it. Yeah, exactly.
So the guys in black uniforms, how did they come across that? Were they in the CCTV?
They knew,
CCTV footage.
They knew where the Doctor was because they've been looking for her.
And when Graham and all that lot, the menagerie as I like to call them, they see those two in a French car.
They find the French car number plates, so they go to France. And that, because yes, it's a leap, but you know what? This is what we're working with. It's fine.
So these two henchmen are henchmen for this Mr. whatever his name is.
Philippe Lasson.
Philippe Lasson.
Right.
Philippe. So they're henchmen of Philippe, or are they henchmen of something else?
Right. No, they're henchmen of Philippe. Philippe owns his own company. And basically,
he's hired them to get the Doctor so that he can siphon her blood to have.
So he can basically live a lot longer. Because he's shit scared of dying.
Yeah.
That seems fairly reasonable.
Right, so we've got to that bit. What next?
Right. So at this point would have taken about 40 minutes. Okay.
well, to be fair, it's probably taken 40 minutes for us to talk about it.
It's taken longer, hasn't it?
So you're sort of doing it in real time.
Yeah.
It's like
Here we are.
Here
we are. We might as well be watching the episode.
Yeah.
So here's where we get to our cliffhanger, because this is the build-up. Right. It doesn't feel like it, but this is where we're going.
I never said it didn't.
Shut up! They basically carry the Doctor outside. The Doctor's all weak and weary because she's had shitloads of her blood taken away.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh shit, I need some fucking biscuits or something.
Of course she does.
And a fried egg sandwich.
Fried egg sandwich? No. And that's when in the sky we see some teleport holes open and Sontaran ships come through.
The Sontarans are back!
Again! So Sontarans are using teleport technology.
Well, we're basically going to call it warping into hyperspace, whatever. You can call it whatever you like, I don't really mind.
Okay, no, I was just throwing it out there.
Whatever you want to call it, I don't really mind. The idea is they start just flashing into existence.
Are we talking golf balls, or are we talking the big,
scary... The big old scary ships.
The flotilla.
Oh, okay, so they're going to be blue sometimes.
No.
Alright.
It's
I was about that one. No, okay, cool, we're going to have the better Sontarans, are we?
We're going to have a brand new
Proper
design.
links,
We're going to have a brand new design ship for this.
New design.
As well, just for like the big capital ship. But
with the Garrus, I was going to say Sideman. The Garrus.
This is again. This is what you're talking. This is the thing I told you about before.
Garrus?
Yeah.
Oh,
this is actually on the end of.
This is on the end of one
of the Shaman's prisoner, so it's technically not a spoiler.
It's a spoiler. If you've watched it,
yeah.
So, but the idea is going to be brand new design capital ship, lots of the new Who style Sontaran ships, and lots of the ball ships flying around as well. A whole fleet.
The golf balls. There's golf balls. So there's golf balls.
A whole fleet has popped into existence, orbiting Earth.
So what's prompted the Sontarans to appear? Is this a convoluted
Because of Philippe
device,
Desson.
or is Philippe Desson communicating with the Sontarans?
Philippe Desson's done nothing at this point. But
Okay, so the
this is a
Sontarans-
coincidence.
Oh, hang on. I know from continuity, something to do with. Yeah, you carry on. I don't want to spoil your own pitch.
And that's the end of episode 1.
Well, that's not the theme now, but you know.
Well, yeah, it's more like.
So the idea is you've got the Doctor weak through a method that would actually
Make you weak.
make you weak.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. It's not something the Sontarans have done because, let's be fair, if the Sontarans were trying to do something like this, you'd have to be a lot more complicated about how it's going to work.
You
Whereas
need
this
to
works a
do
lot better.
an experiment, perhaps.
Some sort of Sontaran
experiment. What, in some sort of random fields in the middle of England where it's raining a lot?
Maybe.
And became a 2-part episode. So even really counts as a proper episode because it needs to be 4 parts.
Maybe set 27,000 years in the future.
But yeah, so that's the idea for part 1. And this is why I say it might be potentially a 3-part thing depending on how you want to do this.
Wow, I see. Yeah, maybe.
Part
I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's not a lot
a lot of unpacking to do.
There's not a lot going on, but alright.
That's why we need to expand on it.
Before I go into part 2...
Maybe it's one of those old school classic episodes where it's like a 4-parter.
All I want to say is...
Mid-series.
Right. The day we're recording this is a Saturday. Next Saturday, we're going to be here again. And the idea is... I'm throwing this out here. I'm throwing this out here.
If you can work the telly properly.
If my wife can work the telly properly, I'll be here again next Saturday. But here's the thing. This one threw out a fucking challenge about doing a pitching Doctor Who episode involving Peter Davidson and his fucking Adric Nissa and whatever the fuck the other one's called.
Tegan.
Fucking hell, who cares? Cunt face.
Better than anything from the new series.
The point is,
not much.
The point is, all 3 of us are going to pitch our own episode.
We're all going to pitch an episode with Peter Davidson
and those 3, and they have to stay as a group. They can't.
The season 19.
They can't get away. They can't get away from each other. You can't write out Adric. You can't write out Tegan.
Season 19B.
It's almost just like it's a story. Standalone story, like you have free.
We'll replace it with Black. We'll replace Black Orchid with it.
Whatever you want. No, it doesn't mean where it doesn't care. It doesn't matter where it fits in. Just think of a story that involves that
all of them.
It's difficult because it's a really difficult era to.
Just do Time Fly and put Adric in it.
I am looking forward to this.
The shtick of it is like you pitch something and we be arseholes about it.
You've pitched a story which entails the Doctor being being picked up by these random guys in FBI uniforms within the first 5 minutes where it fades to white.
With the pre-credit scene.
We have to fade to white. When we have like the title sequence plays and then Yaz suddenly uses her contacts so she actually becomes useful.
For about 2 minutes.
Ryan.
I'm sorry, I'm making characters useful.
Yeah, you're making them useful, and then you're also making Ryan useful somehow. With his computer skills, which aren't ever shown in anything.
I know, we're having to fudge this a little bit.
Well, he's going to make you trying your best to make.
That's the challenge of this series.
The season is so bad, and these characters are so bad. That,
to be fair,
you can't get you suggesting these things is making me like, oh man, these characters are so bad. I'm not even sure they can do half the things that you're suggesting.
Yeah, no. Based on the logic of the characters, it's like, hang on a minute, they couldn't really do that because that's not how they do it.
I can't even think of like another situation where you've got here's some really bad characters and I'm going to suggest they do these things.
Because to be fair, you could basically get
It's
around
like getting Scotty in Star Trek and being like, oh yeah, he's really good at languages. but isn't he really good at like the engineering stuff?
Yeah.
It's like trying to get a triangular block into a square hole, but I'm sure that you could probably do that.
You could probably do it. It's going to be a
Square
pain
peg
in
in a
the
round
arse, though.
hole. Or around
whatever.
Yeah, you know what we mean.
Whatever the shapes into whatever hole that
It doesn't fit, yeah.
just doesn't make sense.
No. That's why we're trying to improve this.
So you've got a French bloke who wants to
and make it a little bit less,
who's
more
lived for
entertaining.
200 years.
Yeah.
Because
Kidnap
he's
the doctor.
got the blood.
He was kidnapping the doctor and basically stealing her blood on the basis that he thinks that's going to help him live forever, if not a long, long time.
Yeah.
For a long life, yeah.
And that
pretty
is
much
not linked in any way to the Sontarans that suddenly appear in the sky.
Not yet, no.
He was around when they were.
In terms of the resolution, it goes there, but not in terms of what's causing the Sontarans to be there.
Okay, so they sometimes appear.
Part 2.
Go for the next
of
part.
the episode,
Part 2.
not this video.
No, this is going to be one long video because I'm not doing this again.
Until next week.
Until next week, when I'm going to laugh at the pair of you and I'm going to do everything I can to make you feel bad and small.
Oh man, I'm going to throw
Yeah.
random shit at you. It's going to be storyline.
Yeah, and I will just say,
be,
and every.
do you know what I mean? I might even go to the detail of like, oh, do you know what
Artron energy.
What TV director would I use?
And I'll just be like,
Douglas Canfield.
And to everything you say, I'll just say why. Everything you say, I'll just say why.
Oh yeah, now you're talking.
Okay, so part 2.
Are we going to have like a half an hour explanation for the first 5 minutes?
No.
Or what? Okay, cool.
No.
Just a recap.
No.
At the beginning.
You get your standard recap before the credits starts. That's it. Right. You're not doing anything extra.
There's no like pigmen or whatever.
No. We're not being stupid. Who would be that stupid, Harry?
Russell T Davies.
He's the original purveyor of terrible Doctor Who. I mean, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, Sontarans appear and they start basically teleporting down onto the planet, or landing on the planet, depending on how you want to fit their technology. Doesn't matter too much. The idea is they're landing on Earth, right? Now, the human military, as in various militaries from various countries and unit, are basically trying to find the Sontarans, and the Sontarans are like,
yeah, but the unit doesn't exist anymore because they.
Well, but this predates resolution, though, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
my writing this
Grace is still alive in this episode, so yeah.
It's in Grace's house.
Grace's
But
house.
she's not alive.
No.
I thought you said she was still alive.
No, she's dead.
No.
They just went back to her house.
There was just an explanation to the house.
So it's Graham's house then.
Yeah, it's Graham.
5th time, I'm still trying to explain.
It's hard work, alright?
It's hard work to listen.
No, it's hard
It's hard
work.
work to listen and pay attention.
Because source material's bullshit. You're trying to work with some real bad shit.
Clangers.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get you to just fucking listen.
But
Anyway,
that was just polite way of saying,
I'm trying to listen, but I didn't watch series 12, so.
Well, no one has. Series 12 hasn't come out yet, has it not? Or was that the last one?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Oh shit, really? Oh,
Yeah,
fucking hell.
that was the Timeless Abomination.
I didn't even have to correct him on that one. I'm quite grateful, because it would have been hard.
That's where sometimes I have to jump in and fix it. And make it worse.
This is why I keep him around.
Keep your continuity.
Yeah. Otherwise, this channel would just be about me talking about my dick or something stupid like that.
Well,
We'd probably get more subscribers.
It'd be random Doctor Who-ness that you just be like, oh, yeah, this happened.
Yeah.
No, but that doesn't make any sense.
No, it'd be like, wasn't that time that Gollum talked to the fucking Cyberman amazing? And it's like, obviously that never happened.
You'll be upgraded.
That makes itself the best episode ever if that actually happens. Anyway.
What, Doctor Who just lands in Middle Earth?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's probably a better pitch for Doctor Who.
Save that for next week. That's your
That
pitch.
should be your pitch for Peter Davison.
Peter Davidson, Adric, Tessa and Lena, or whatever the fuck her name is.
Nissa.
Tegan and Nissa.
I'm not learning people's names. I don't know shit.
What do you learn people's names? Androgynous and Tegan. It's not difficult.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't remember the greatest fucking dead? And all you have to do is know that they don't know her house. When I say they don't know her fucking house.
Yeah, but the thing is, Tegan, Nissa and Adric were in Doctor Who. And Grace wasn't.
You knew it was coming, like, from there was a setup.
Running jump.
Moment, she's just like, here it is. Some sirens have turned up.
Some Sontarans have turned up and they're landing on Earth. And they don't give a shit about human military in any way, shape or form.
Well, yeah, why should they?
No. Any human military that comes up to them gets shot dead.
Yeah.
But they're scanning and looking for stuff.
Yeah.
And the entire point is, don't look at your fucking watch, you bastard.
I'm just paying attention to the time.
Clearly, you've got more important stuff to do than sit here and listen to my
I'm just
Doctor Who
listening to
story.
your amazing story that makes no sense.
Who wants a beer?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. I did tell you that part 2 is probably the weaker part of
No, you're telling me that first part is going to be better than the... Oh, alright, go on.
Right.
So what convoluted story have you come up with the why the Sontarans are there?
I don't know. What have I come up with? Have guesses in the comments. Anyway, so...
This is not how this works.
So,
This is not how I think this works.
right. Well, I'll tell you what. You tell me what you think's going to happen next.
Okay, so French bloke is...
I'll tell you what. No. Before you start guessing, I'll let you know. We've had Sontarans steal a copy of Napoleon's brain.
To try and get an edge on defeating the Routons.
Yep. The Routons have reappeared on Earth in Native America.
It's amusing because you're basically getting a spacefaring race that can think in 3 dimensions, fighting,
Technically 4, but okay.
What?
They're aware of time travel and how it works. They can't do it.
Well, they can't use it.
No, but the Routons and the Sontarans don't use time to fight.
No, but they're aware of it and how it works. So
Yeah, but they don't use it. So I'm talking more in the rudimentary. Why the fuck would they need Napoleon's brain and tactics if he only actually really thinks in 2 dimensions?
That could be part 3, couldn't it?
I mean, I'm just pointing out a major
Before anyone else in the comments does.
No. I'm thinking of a major flaw that Wrath of Khan already deals with. They go into the Mutaran Nebula. Khan only thinks in a very specific way. And the only reason Kirk and that lot beat him is because they drop down and then appear up. So the Sontarans are a space-faring race. Why would they need Napoleon's brain to be able to defeat the Routons if his actual frame of reference is actually less than what they're actually capable of? I don't mean to be completely I don't mean to be devil's advocate.
No, Harry, this is why you're here.
That's the point.
I mean, the Sontarans are masters of...
Warmongering.
No, they're masters of 6 galaxies.
Oh yeah.
And they're fighting the Routons over many galaxies.
Yeah.
So the thought that they'd need Napoleon's brain to be able to...
Unless it was just a trophy, like Predator.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't... I'm no more... It's because you've given me time to digest and think about what it is they're actually trying to do. It doesn't make sense why they need Napoleon's brain. Napoleon. Bonaparte.
Yeah.
Blown
Short arse.
Right, well, the premise of this is going to be that it's established that the Sontarans want Earth as a clone world. From New Who and from various other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
It's also established in horror of Fang Rock
Hey!
that the Routons...
Not to be mistaken with that classic episode
Terror of Fang Rock.
No. Because I keep saying it wrong and I'm a twat.
No, it's just a new story that you could write called Terror of Fang Rock.
My favourite good tip.
Because it's, slightly more terrifying than horror.
Yeah. Well, terror is worse than horror. But yeah, the idea is that the Routons still want Earth. And we're going to that's established at the end of Shaman's
don't
Prisoner.
they already realise No, the whole premise of Horror of Fang Rock is that because of the laser beam blowing up the ship, actually no, is it the mothership? It's the mothership.
The mothership, yeah.
That the Routons go, this is just too dangerous a place to go. Oh, okay.
Loosely based.
This is why it's a pitch. You can argue that, and we can come up with some convoluted reason why it's still okay later on.
Yeah. I will just explain the kiboshing part. And
you can explain the kiboshing part, and we'll go with that. However, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring the...
I'm talking about storylines that are 40 years old, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You can
probably 50. Almost 50.
76,
was a long time ago now.
76 would be 44 years ago.
Yeah.
44 years.
Yeah.
Give or take a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but 50 on.
We'll round it up.
Close to 40 but yes.
We'll just round it up. 60th anniversary is coming soon.
45 years.
Oh god, 60th anniversaries. That's going to be horrible.
No one's going to watch it. So
no. Especially if it's involved.
But the idea is, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reintroduce the...
This whole thing doesn't exist. No. Sorry.
6 times!
Sorry, Jack. Go.
Anyway, so I'm reintroducing the Sontaran Rutan War and I'm making it a bit more real for the fans who haven't seen anything like this.
They haven't even shown it in any
never. Exactly.
It's only ever been mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Rutons only appear in one
story. Yeah, exactly.
And this is why it's going to work as an idea for Doctor Who, at least for this pitch idea.
Yeah.
Because again, even if you change the Doctor and Companions out, it wouldn't matter because the story still would work.
Yeah.
As long because of that continuity. Yeah.
Because of that continuity.
The very loose amount of storyline that you've suggested, but.
You know what? I'm going to urinate on your face on camera and let everyone watch, and we'll stick it on Pornhub.
Yeah, but not in my house.
No, I'm not
in yours. Maybe.
We'll put some plastic bags down. It'll be fine. No, anyway. But yes, so the idea is that's what we're doing. So the Sontarans are basically looking for Rutans on Earth because they want to take over Earth. The Rutans are trying to find their way around it. So Sontarans and Rutans are finding.
So you're telling me that the French bloke turns out to be a Rutan?
No.
Oh.
He's a meta-crisis doctor.
No, he's a French twat.
Well, that's even worse.
Are the 2 FBI agents Rutans?
No.
Are they Autons?
Where the fuck's the Rutans in this story?
I don't know.
Let me
it's not
get
my pitch.
there, you
I just know a little bit.
That's why I'm throwing these. I'm throwing these arguments this way just so that he can't see my face.
And also, again, that no one else can do it before we do.
The thing is, we have to understand this. I'll watch this video back later and I'll see your face every single way through.
Yeah, each little what?
And I will send you like a tick every single time through fucking WhatsApp or something. Every time I see your face do its thing, and you'll know exactly
my face.
Yeah, your face. I know what Sean does when he hears my stupid shit, and it's fine.
I'm not
I'm
just saying, like, you know, you could, if they can be anybody.
Yeah.
So what? How are you using the Rutons? Like, because they can shapeshift. How are you using them? How are they appearing in this story? The second part.
Part 2.
Possibly a third part of the story that you're suggesting.
Or even part 2 of 4. Old school.
Oh no, it's not even complete. That's just money in the water. We do the Pete Davidson episodes with Adric, Tegan, and
there'll be 4-part episodes.
It's a 4-part episode. Unless you want longer, I'm not gonna. But I will shoot you down if you suggest longer.
Hey, by the way, this is a 6-part, right? Cut.
I'll just be like, hang on.
Right, peace out, I'm going home.
Have you thought this through? That's going to be my first question. Right? It's going to be 6 parts of this.
It really need to be 6 parts.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's see how it goes.
It's something that never happened.
Yeah. So the idea is Sontarans are running around Earth in various places. You get like your scenic location shots or whatever.
So they're going to have a big sort of like battle between them.
Are they beaming down
into
like people's shopping centres and stuff?
Well, yes, as well as famous landmarks
like
and all that
guerrilla
stuff.
warfare and stuff.
Yeah. It's they're running around, and every now and again...
Blanket guerrilla warfare.
Well, yeah.
Alright. So we're talking full-on invasion.
Okay, yeah, basically. But the idea is not that they're fighting the human armies, because they don't give a shit about those. The idea is, it's like, okay...
Oh, they're shooting random people?
Yeah, basically, yeah, because they believe they're Routons.
And they are Routons?
Some are, yes, some aren't. That's where...
So they're just shooting indiscriminately, yeah.
Not quite indiscriminately, they are
Just
kind of like...
the people they think are...
Could possibly be. Right.
So you get some shots of like, you know, let's say you got like, say, 3 or 4 Sontarans as a little squad walking around, like, say, the Eiffel Tower, for example. And then like 3 or 4 of the beams move, they turn around, shoot them, and the beams fall down, and it's a Routon, it like reverts into like a little green gelatinous thing.
Yeah.
And then they walk on a bit further, they shoot again, but it's just a random like metal girder.
Yeah.
And then you get other shots of like, you know...
Oh, just so you're even suggesting more to the point they can be inanimate objects.
Yeah. I'm going whole hog with this. No,
Oh, yeah, well, no,
I know
just
you don't like this, but
But
this
also,
is where we're going.
and also that sort of continuity to the Shaman's Prisoner with the totem pole being an
Yeah,
object, which was
yeah,
actually...
It's an inanimate object that can move if it wants to.
See, I can back you up. When
Sean's paying attention. Why isn't Harry?
Sometimes.
I wasn't part of the
Sometimes.
original pitch.
No, you weren't, but you watched it on the thing.
Yeah, for a brief like 5-10 minutes that I was kind of...
Yeah, only
still
lasted 14 minutes.
I was talking over it anyway.
Anyway.
I'm still like a little bit like, oh, what they can be like the emo hawk in Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Cool.
Except
I'm glad we've established this.
Yeah, that's cemented now.
But instead of being funny like the emo hawk, it's just like,
More
you know,
like inanimate objects.
Yeah.
yeah. We're going like, you know, whole thing. And the only reason the Doctor can't stop it is because, again, she's like super drained of blood because she's had like 8 pints of blood taken out of her or whatever.
She wouldn't be able to do much about it anyway.
No.
No. But you can, like, techno-babble a solution if you really wanted to. But we're not going to because she's drained.
She's drained. She's drained, fluid.
Yeah. That's basically part 2.
Dun 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 dun
We're going
You're going
part
full hog. You're going full hog 6 episode style.
Probably.
We are, but I'm going for
So
a
here we
piss.
are, into the 3rd episode.
I'm going for a piss, then we can do part 3. And
Alright.
Sean can cut here however he wants to.
It could have been a lot better.